Now follow me as we ride, going up, getting high. Biggest flips in the sky, biggest flips in the sky, biggest flips in the sky.
Would you say that was a highlight or a low light, or are you in between? It sounds like you're in between.
I'm definitely in between. Like I said, it was good for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then it stopped, and then it got registered as a company. It started again, and it's just like, yeah. So I take it the good that came from it. The same way we can say that good came from George Floyd's death is the same way I can say good came from the BLM movement. But then also some bad came from it too. So yeah, I'm dead in the middle, literally.
Yeah. Yeah. What's your thoughts on Black Lives Matter, GB?
What are my thoughts on it? So for me, I've been aware of Black Lives Matter for a few years now. So when I first kind of looked into it and I found out about it, I thought it was fine. You know, I understood what the message was of it then, that, you know, at the end of the day, the institutional oppression that we're facing on so many levels, you know, where we're, you know, disproportionately excluded, you know, we need to, it almost does feel as if in certain spaces or in, you know, in the Western world that Black lives don't matter in the eyes of the system, you know, because there's so many things that are there that are purposely put in place to, you know, stop us from collectively excelling or, you know, being thriving as a community or as Black people. So I understood it and I understood the message then. But 2020 kind of made me question whether Black Lives Matter, just as a phrase, or BLM was the best way to push that agenda. Only because it felt like every time someone was saying Black Lives Matter, someone would give a rebuttal that all lives matter, when that is just not the point. And Black Lives Matter is not there to say that white lives don't matter or, you know, Caucasian lives don't matter. That's not the meaning of it. It's to highlight that these are the things that are going on to Black people, and it's happening at a disproportionate level. And you know, anytime that I saw someone trying to explain that and explain the reasonings behind it, it just felt like a chore. Like, you know, you're trying to talk to kids or, you know, nursery kids of why Black Lives Matter, when all they think is that you're saying that, oh, we are the best, or, you know, our lives are the most should be prioritized in front of everybody else's, when that's not the message. So I feel like now it's probably better for it to change name, or for there to be like a new initiative that we can go along with, because now it just feels like you're just going back and forth with people, and it's getting to a point now people just don't want to understand. They just want to argue, you know, with the whole BLM Black Lives Matter thing.
I don't think you can ever change those people's minds, to be fair. But I think that with those people are quite small-minded, so you have to attack it small-mindedly. So you can't say something like Black Lives Matter because they're so small-minded, they won't understand what you're trying to say. You have to talk to them like they're kids. You have to say something like Black Lives also matter, and then they have nothing they can say to that. And I feel like that's where we slipped. But as you said, Black Lives Matter has been a movement for years, and the same way that All Lives Matter has been a rebuttal for years as well. I think just this year it's just been bigger in the limelight.
Yeah. Do you think though it's because it's the term? It's literally, I think it's the term. Like the term's too loose almost.
They're still gonna have something to say. You just want to put it in a way where they have nothing they can say without saying I'm racist. If you understand what I mean?
But then again, yeah, no, I hear you, but I don't think can there be anything? Because I think
if you said Black lives also matter, what could they say without saying they're racist?
That all lives also matter.
Black lives also matter. That means that all lives already matter. We're just saying also at this point.
But I think what should, like, BLM movement.
BLM's gone too far. That's what I'm saying. Is that okay? Like, say for example, you've got Mai, right? You've got Mai. Let's say you've put Mai out there, but you haven't registered Mai. Someone registers it. It's no longer yours, and that's what I'm saying. That BLM is too far gone. Like
it's lost its
yeah. So
itself.
We just need to move away from that completely. It's registered. It's not in the right hands. It's the wrong place right now. But I think it's just that it's gained so much notoriety. To move away from it is too hard.
Yeah.
We've already got all of these people listening.
I think it should just be called Africa. Maybe just the agenda is going back to Africa.
Big facts.
That's what I think it should be. on like, just plain and simple.
But you know what? Even then, like a lot of ignorant people, they don't want to go back to Africa.
Then they can stay here. That's no problem.
That's the thing, and that's another thing, is that everybody can't come, and I think that's our issue, is that we think that everybody should come. Everybody should be involved. Fuck, everybody shouldn't. Everybody can't be involved.
Yeah. But I think. Sorry, go on.
As Black people, we're too inviting. Too inviting, and I don't even mean that in race, bro. I mean that in how the fuck is a fucking driller standing up in a protest talking about Black Lives Matter when he's killed about 4? You can't come, bro. You can't come. Like, do you know what I mean? So for me, it's more than just race. It's just like, but truthfully, everybody can't come, and there needs to be stipulations there. We're just too inviting. Everybody's there. Yeah, come through. Next thing you know, man, them are masking up and breaking shit. And now your whole protest is, they can now say, they're looting, they're doing this, they're doing that. You know what I mean? So it needs to be more vigilant.
Definitely.
Now follow me as we ride, going up, getting high. Biggest flips in the sky, biggest flips in the sky, biggest flips in the sky. Now follow me as we ride, going up, getting high. Biggest flips in the sky, biggest flips in the sky.
Roaches in the ashtrays, I resurrect one like a phoenix. The way it rises from the ashes, I'd light it, pull it, then I dash it.